This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Monday, June 1st of 2026. Mickey Balloon's Pride photo op has returned to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and other locations have their Pride photo ops as well across Walt Disney World. So at Magic Kingdom, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Disney's Animal Kingdom, they now have all their Pride photo ops up and ready to go. I know that this is kind of a hot topic for people, but I don't really care, because if all I will say is, if you know me, you know where I stand on this issue. Okay, I'm not gonna bring that. I'm not gonna bring that up with this, on this channel, because this is neither the time nor the place. But if you know me personally, you know where I stand on this issue. But all I will say is they look great, and I can't wait to see people's photos online. They always post them on Facebook, and I love seeing them. So you could probably already tell my opinion on this matter, but but I think they look great. I think they look fantastic. Exit Scrim goes up at the Haunted Mansion in the Magic Kingdom. So obviously, if you are an avid follower of Walt Disney World, all of the whole Haunted Mansion has Scrim above it. It is themed, which is nice, which is great. But it's going to be like that for probably a couple years, while they get this Cars Land done and such. But they must be doing something with the exit, for it to have Scrim as well, because that's not a location that's the exit from the Haunted Mansion is, as it's not right by the construction zone, so they must be just doing some other kind of temporary work. But so I don't really see this as part of the ongoing construction for Piston Peak, but maybe they're just doing refurbishment work at the exit, but who knows? We're gonna have to keep our eyes on this story, but again, it would be really weird to have the exit. It would be really weird to have Scrim up on the exit of the Haunted Mansion, since it doesn't face what used to be the Rivers of America. So it's probably just doing exit work, but again, just have to wait and see. Patriotic Main Street window displays featuring Mickey and Minnie Mouse are now on display at the Magic Kingdom, which is they're always great. They're always fantastic. I really love that they with these windows, it's really clear that they're focused on the 1970s. It just the way the characters look, it's very reminiscent of the 1970s. When Walt Disney World first opened. So, but they're always great to look at. They're really cute. Makes me nostalgic. But it looks great. I haven't seen this in person yet, but I've seen pictures and it looks good. It looks great. And here's another thing I'm excited for. Cinderella Castle moat is now being refilled, signaling the end of the repaint at the Magic Kingdom. So they are starting to refill Cinderella. They are starting to refill the moat now, which they're probably having help now because it's raining. It's rain has we've needed rain for so long. Now it's like just raining buckets and buckets and buckets of it. So they probably don't need to fill it much. Just have nature fill the moat, but seemingly the painting is completed. The Cinderella Castle repaint is completed. All right, here's a not so nice thing. Guests are already defacing the queue for Rock N Rollercoaster starring the Muppets. Now, I don't think that there's really any malice to this, but obviously these theme parks get lots and lots of foot traffic every single day. Guests are going to touch things. They're going to put their hands on stuff. It's just what they do. Okay? It's just what people do. They like to touch things and everything. So I don't know if I would call it defacing. I've looked at pictures of it. It looks like people were painting things on the wall in the queue, but I don't know how they would smuggle paint in. I don't know. I guess maybe they could, but I don't know if they would be defacing the actual queue with paint. It looks like they're just putting their hands on stuff and touching things and stuff. So hopefully sooner rather than later, Disney will fix this. This has not been open that long, though. This attraction has not been open that long. So I can't even believe that it's already starting to look like that. It's not always the guest's fault. Now, guests have a big part of it, but if the Disney maintenance team or whoever does this didn't do a good job, then that's on them. Then part of that is on them, okay? So I hope that they fix this sooner rather than later, because that doesn't look great. That does not look great. It looks really bad. It looks really, really bad. So again, I hope Disney fixes this sooner rather than later. Cause man, that's really bad. That is really bad show. I always because they do the same thing at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. People touch the walls and stuff, and the walls get very scratched, very worn, very fast. So Disney constantly has to, fix the decals and the walls and stuff. But Disney, if you're watching this, again, I'm going to say this because it's true, okay? Especially here at Walt Disney World. Every day is someone's first day, okay? Every day is someone's first day. And if they look at this queue, either for Rock N Rollercoaster or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, they're gonna feel cheated. They're gonna feel cheated, and they're gonna be like, "Well, that doesn't look good. That's not great." Never mind the rides. Okay, never mind. The rides are not just the actual waiting queues. Okay, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna say, "This looks like garbage. This looks like garbage," and it just doesn't feel like the Disney, the attention to detail that I've heard so much about from Disney, and they're gonna feel cheated. And again, people are probably annoyed that I keep bringing this up, but I don't care because it needs to be said. It needs to be said until this gets into the brains of every single maintenance person at Walt Disney World. Okay? I always quote Walt Disney when he said, "If you cheat the guests, you will never see them again." Okay? I will always stand by those words. Okay? I will always stand by those words. I will always say those words when things are not up to par. Okay? And if people say, "Well, you just say that every time and it's getting annoying to hear and blah, 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 blah." If Disney actually did their jobs, I wouldn't have to say it. Okay? I wouldn't have to say, that, I wouldn't have to quote Disney. I wouldn't have to quote Walt Disney on the, "If you cheat the guests, you will never see them again." Okay? So if Disney actually did their job, I wouldn't have to be sitting here and yelling at them. Okay? But until they do, I'm going to continue to sit here and yell at them because this is outrageous. This is outrageous. And the attraction for Rock and Roller Coaster, it hasn't even been open that long. It hasn't even been opened that long, and guests are already starting to tear it apart. So figure this out. You need to figure this out because this is it's outrageous. It's outrageous, and it's outrageous, and it just makes everything look cheap. Okay. All right. Look. Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney Company, okay, or if you just want to stick to the theme parks, Walt Disney World is not Universal. It is not SeaWorld. It's not Busch Gardens. It's not, any of these other, it's not Legoland. It's not any of these places, okay? Walt Disney World is special. And the reason that it's special is because of the attention to detail. Okay, it's the attention to detail and how the cast members and the maintenance teams make everything look perfect. But if Disney continues down this path, then they are no different than Universal or other said parks. All right, I know some Universal people are going to get mad at me, but I don't care. Okay, I really couldn't care less. Okay, because people always say, "Well, they're supposed to be on the same level." And then I can start comparing one to the other, and then people get mad. And the Universal people get mad, and then they're like, "Universal is better than Disney," blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, they're not. No, it's Disney has to be the Rolls Royce. Okay? It has to be. They have to be. Okay? Disney is the Rolls Royce. And then there's everybody else. Okay? Because Disney has been at this so much longer than Universal or SeaWorld or, all these other places. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, okay? It's just, it's very heartbreaking to me, though, to see stuff like this because it shows me that, well, we don't care. We don't care anymore. It's fine, okay? So again, I hope Disney fixes this because it just looks bad. It looks bad and it's bad show, and it makes the theme parks look like garbage. All right. So I understand you can't control guests, you can't tell them what to do, but you can clean up after them. Okay. So I really hope that that's what Disney starts to do, because this is unacceptable. Totally unacceptable behavior from Disney. It's just totally unacceptable. All right, let's get on to some more good news, shall we? I need to get down from my rant now. Luna the elephant celebrates her sweet 16 at Disney's Animal Kingdom. They had, of course, special treats for her. They had toys. What was really cute was they built a car out of cardboard, which of course she knocked over. So it just was. If you haven't seen the video, go online and see it because it's absolutely adorable, absolutely adorable. And that's great. That is fantastic. The Mayan temple for future Indiana Jones ride is beginning to take shape at the Tropical Americas at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So what used to be the Dino Institute is now being transformed into the Mayan temple. So where the structure was for the Dino Institute now is going to sit in front. What's going to be in front now is a giant Mayan temple sitting at the top, sitting on the base of what was the Dino Institute. So if you if you remember, the Dino Institute kind of had like the building was, and it had this kind of a little bit of a curved, kind of a square-ish type of frame. There used to be like a dome, and then in the center used to be in the center is a square. So that's where the Mayan temple is going to sit. That circular dome is going to stay, but they're putting that Mayan temple right on top of that square piece. So that's beginning to take shape. Obviously, we can't see it because that's in a construction zone. So obviously we can't see that. But if you look up Bio Reconstructs photos, those photos will be able to show you what it looks like. And another one is massive steel frames rises for Monsters Inc. door coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios. If you want to call it a roller coaster, you can. We call it the door coaster because that's what it is. But this you will be able to see from inside the park. If you're walking past what used to be Grand Avenue, you can see it kind of rising up. If you're going to the Magic Kingdom, in the road that you go, it takes you behind Hollywood Studios, which is the area for the cast members, for the cast parking area. When you take that road that leads behind Hollywood Studios going to either Epcot or the Magic Kingdom, you'll be able to see this much more clearly. So they're getting the steel frame ready to go. Disney hasn't set an opening time frame for this. I think that it's going to be 2028. Either 2028 or 2020. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're saying that Tropical Americas is going to open in 2027. I kind of doubt that. But we're supposed to have Encanto and Indiana Jones in 2027. We'll see if that happens or not. And then 2028, we're supposed to get Cars, the Cars themed area. And then 2030 is our guess, is when we're going to get the Villains area. We're kind of putting Monsters Inc. probably in that like 2028, 2027, 2028-ish period. But we really don't know. We really have no idea. We're just all speculating. So we have no idea. No idea. But it looks like they're getting everything ready. But again, keep your eyes open because you'll be able to see that construction. You will be able to see the Monsters Inc. door coaster. But there you are. There's your news for this Monday. I know it's not a lot of news. Usually Mondays are a really long show, but not a lot of news. Not a lot of news has broke. I do want to say though that I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not. I may have. I can't remember. But Walt Disney World is updating the Carousel of Progress. So I can't remember when it is. I don't have the timeline in front of me. But it is closing pretty soon to be updated. They are updating every single scene in that attraction. Of course, they're adding the Walt Disney audio animatronic at the beginning. This is supposed to reopen in 2027. Sometime in 2027 is when we're going to get the new Carousel of Progress. Again, I can't remember if I've mentioned that or not. But in case I hadn't, that's now I've mentioned it. But there you are. There's your news for this Monday. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. Y'all keep each other safe and healthy. I will see you right back here on Wednesday for Wednesday's news show. Like I said, until then, y'all keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.